Welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Gigi and we're going to talk a little bit about stir fry today. We did a stir fry last week. It was a soy glaze, but this week we're going to do another stir fry, but we're going to do something a little more savory, and we're going to do a beef and broccoli. But before we can do that, we have to really talk about the sauce. So I have my meat, it's ready to go. I've already got it in the marinade. Here's my marinade. Now, with this marinade, I use equal parts. And again, I'm not endorsed by any of these products. I just am showing you what I like and what I've tried and what I enjoy. So maybe you can find some and do. Now, this is something you will probably have to go to the market to get. I don't believe you have all these ingredients in your cabinet. If you do, yay, you get a gold star. So anyway, this is the first thing that I put in, and this is my oyster sauce. This is what I call Lady on the Lake, because she's in a boat there, and it's premium oyster sauce. And I put in 1/2 cup. They're all equal, except get down the road a bit, it's not. But most of the three top things are 1/2 cup. So this is 1/2 cup of oyster sauce, and this is really nice. I love this one. It's very velvety in texture. It has a sweetness to it, a brightness to it. It does have a fish taste to it, but it's a good fish taste. And so I really like this one, and I do use it. I keep it in the refrigerator. I have another bottle I'm going to try here once this one is finished. I'm going to try it and then I'll compare the two. But anyway, I do like this one. So this is my oyster sauce, 1/2 cup. The next thing I put in here is I put in my fish sauce, and 1/2 cup. And this is really light, and it really is light and bouncy. And I don't know how to explain this one, but it's very bright and clean tasting and fresh tasting. It tastes like fresh fish. It doesn't have an old stinky fish odor to it or taste. And so I really like this one. I do use this one a lot. And I've tried a couple of other, but I just keep coming back to this one. So 1/2 cup. The next thing is my soy sauce. This is a Japanese soy sauce, and how I found this one is one of my friends at work. He's Chinese, and he loves to cook. So we talk about cooking and cooking food all the time. And so I said I want to try some different soy sauces. I have a couple that I like, dark soy sauces, light soy sauce, but I do use the low sodium, and he recommended this one. And I do like it. It's really nice. It's not so light, and it has a good body to it. It's got good flavoring. It is low sodium, but it still has good soy sauce flavor. So this one is working out really well. And that's 1/2 cup on the soy sauce too. This is what replaces my brown sugar, because I don't want this to be as sweet as my soy glaze. So this is what we call sweet soy sauce. And this is a Thai brand. It's a Healthy Boy brand. And this one, I've been using this for years and years, and it almost tastes like molasses mixed with soy sauce. But it's really fun, it's really tasty, but it's not as sweet as when you add like palm sugar or the brown sugar to your sauces. I lived overseas many years back, and I got the opportunity to work with many of the nurses from the Far East, Philippines and Thailand and so on. And then a lot of the American ladies that worked with me had traveled already to the Philippines, and they knew how to cook. So we would get together and we would all cook, and that's how I learned how to make Thai food and Asian cuisines and things. So I wanted to learn how to make pad Thai noodles. So I told my friend Patty, you have to help me with this. I need to learn how to make these pad Thai noodles. So she did. She said, but the most important thing you have to have is you have to have sweet soy sauce. So we went to the market, and she showed me what to get, and we got it and brought it back, and I've been using it ever since. And this is really good on a lot of things. You might try this on Brussels sprouts, and it's really good. So, and that goes in 1/4 cup. This is my vinegar that I'm putting in because I need an acid. So I'm going to put in my apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon. And I'm going to put in a few splashes, maybe 2 to 3 splashes of my sesame seed oil. Put it in here, stir it all up, put it in the refrigerator, and you have it ready to go. And this is what I have used to marinate my steak with. This is sirloin. I did cut it up in chunks. I didn't freeze it and try to slice it in little things. I come home from work, I'm tired. I just want to cut this up, get the marinade on it, set it aside, prep my vegetables, and bring my stir fry together. So that makes it really easy. One thing I did add was about 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder to this to help tenderize it. Baking powder has sodium bicarbonate in it, and it has also an acid in it because you need the acid to activate, which I have acid here, but if you're just using this, there you go. To tenderize, we will add a slurry at the end, a cornstarch slurry to thicken everything when we get down to that point. I don't add it to my sauce because I might not want to thicken it on whatever I'm cooking next. So that's why I don't put it in here. You're welcome to, if you want to add the slurry to your sauce, you can put it in there, but I always add the slurry at the end of my stir fry. So I'm ready to head to the stove. So let's go over there and let's cook. So I've added my garlic, and as you can see, they're already fried up. This is my new wok, and it's called a Gibson Stargazer that I got for Christmas. And it's very thin. I will say that. It's very thin. It heats very fast. It's almost like cooking in supposed to have some kind of specialized coating to it with the hammered look to it. It definitely is way lighter than my carbon steel one I had before. But there you go. And I'm just trying to get these little pieces of garlic out of there because I don't want them to burn. And I'm going to start adding in my other things. Now, when I trimmed up my steak a while ago, I had these little pieces left, so I always throw them in. Ooh, that's so hot. Let me turn this down. Well, I think this skillet gets extremely hot. It's very thin, and I'm gonna have to cook on a much lower temperature than I'm used to cooking on. But anyway, these pieces are beef that I added in here. Now this is cooled off a bit. Or just little pieces of fat that I trimmed off of the steak. So I'm just trying to render it a little bit to add a little beefy flavor to my oil. So I can get that going, and then I'll take them out because nobody's gonna wanna eat that. There we go. Yes, this is very thin. This little wok here is very thin. I'm gonna have to be real careful with it. It really, there's my green onion. It just fried it right up, didn't it? So let it cool down a little bit. And I want to fry all my aromatics. Yes. So, but I guess I can go ahead and put my meat in. And then I'm gonna get this going. It smells really good anyway. I think that's better. And the most important thing with woks is why they're so great, is that you have the heat that goes up to the side, so you actually can fry all the way up here. So I can keep frying. Up onto the sides. That's much better. Okay. Now we can just let that go for a minute or two and let it get a little bit brown. There we go. Turn my flame back up a little bit. Let this go. It smells really good. And I'm not good at taking the wok and shaking it around and so to get it to fry, so I just toss mine. I'll let it go. Now remember, these are thin, small chunks. Back here is my water. That's for my ramen because we're going to use ramen instead of rice today. So I'm going to toss those in there so they can be cooking. And I just used the ramen in the little package. So I actually just added some soy sauce and a little bit of seasoning. All right, now let's toss. Oh yeah, we're getting there. Now we're gonna toss it, and I brown it on one side really good. Then I turn it, and now I'm gonna start adding all my aromatics, which is my little bit of peppers, chili flakes, about a teaspoon of chili flakes, my green onions, my peppers, a little bit of garlic that didn't get fried a while ago. Now I'm gonna toss it up and let that cook for a few minutes, maybe a minute or two, not long. Then I will be adding in my broccoli and carrots. Now I've already pre-cooked the broccoli in the microwave for about 2 minutes with a saran on the top, and as soon as it came out, I opened the saran, let the steam go, and let it cool. So it is pre-cooked. You can use regular noodles, fresh noodles. If you want, you can use rice. I just thought I would do something a little different today, and I do like noodles and with sauce, and I eat that a lot. All right, that looks pretty good. Looks like my meat's coming along. I'm gonna go ahead and toss in my broccoli and carrots. All I'm doing for the broccoli and the carrots is heating them through, because they're already nice and soft, and they're still crunchy in the middle, and they're nice and bright. Looks like my ramen's just about ready. Perfect timing. I'm gonna add my noodles, and I'll add more sauce. And ramen going in. And now we mix. And I'm gonna add just a bit more sauce. And this is where you just put the sauce as much as you want sauce. You want it really saucy? There we go. And I don't think we're gonna need any slurry in this today. I think the ramen's giving us enough starch to make it all good and thick. Oh yeah. And there you have it. Yum, yum. Turning my fire off. I'm gonna get me some tongs and a nice big bowl, and I am ready for some broccoli stir fry with beef and carrots and peppers and ramen with a nice glaze. And you can use this little this savory sauce on just about everything. Anything you want. It doesn't have to be broccoli and beef. You can use it on whatever. So there we go. It's ready to go. There you are. You can do this. See you next week. Bye.